Building a strong thesis. A thesis is the backbone of a paper. Without one, an academic paper can lack stability and fall apart. And if it is not strong enough, it will make the central claim or idea flimsy without its necessary support. This makes a thesis arguably the most important sentence in an academic paper. A great strong thesis. A great strong thesis will be more specific than a topic. A topic would be too much to cover in a standard-sized paper. So it's good to narrow that information down. Inform about content. It informs the reader exactly what to expect, so there are no surprises. Remember, an essay is not a mystery novel. Give purpose. It gives purpose to a paper so the reader isn't left wondering, so what? Now it is understandable that this importance does put pressure on a writer when it comes to creating a thesis. But this is why it is recommended to think of the thesis as temporary until the final draft. The thesis will change and evolve until it works with the paper, because sometimes when writing the paper, the central claim changes. Temporary thesis. Before you write a draft and before you research, it is good practice to formulate a working or temporary thesis. Say you're given an assignment to think about a time where you were upset and need to come up with a paper that creates a solution to the problem. You think about yesterday morning and how while going to work you stepped in dog poop that was left on the sidewalk of your apartment complex. You have only just thought of this topic, but haven't researched or brainstormed or anything. But your instructor asks for a working thesis to see if you're headed in the right direction. So you write, I stepped in dog poop on my way to work in my apartment complex. Simple enough. But the professor returns it to you with these comments written on it. Strengthened by writing in third person and needs solutions. With this comment, we know that this should be revised to indicate that this is a problem that anyone can experience, and that you can offer solutions that will make them read further to find out what they are. This would turn the paper into something that could interest more readers. You revise it by writing, stepping in dog poop is an unsanitary and unpleasant situation that can be fixed if we as a community come up with solutions. This thesis is now more specific and attentive to creating a purpose for the paper, and this is more interesting to an audience. This seems like a good thesis, but it is still not great yet. It has more adjustments to go through, but those will be after the topic has been researched a bit more and a rough draft is created at least. A thesis can be rewritten as many times as is needed to get it to its final draft. Final draft. After you do your research and have written your rough drafts, you start to realize that you have multiple solutions figured out from your prompt. You start looking into them more and realize that you can be more and more specific about what can be done to fix the problem. So you look back on your thesis. Stepping in dog poop is an unsanitary and unpleasant situation that can be fixed if we as a community come up with solutions. You know now what solutions you can offer to the community as a whole. You list them down and reorganize your paper according to them. Now you have 3 body paragraphs for each solution, ranging from easiest to most difficult. Number 1. Apartment complexes and/or community centers can offer classes in proper care of pets and offer free food to entice their owners to come. Number 2. Apartment complexes and/or parks should make animal waste receptacles with disposable baggies available every few feet. Number 3. Apartment complexes and/or parks should ban pets in certain areas so that those without pets will not have to walk in pet-designated areas. Now you can reshape your thesis by being more specific and letting your reader know early on what to expect to read about in your paper. The first part of your thesis works still, so you can keep that part. Stepping in dog poop is an unsanitary and unpleasant situation. That can be fixed as a community if we can implement solutions, such as offering classes to educate, providing materials needed, and designated areas to ease the flow of traffic and ensure that this problem can be avoided. Now that you're specific in your thesis, your paper will look more well organized and thought out, and overall stronger, and your reader will be less likely to be confused or misled by what you are presenting. You will be a more credible and believable authority on the matter. Different style of theses. The wonderful thing as well is that you can construct a thesis like this for different styles of essays. Here are examples of the types of essays and their coordinating theses. Expository essays, which are essays that explain an idea or practice usually through listing. For example, a pet owner's day is usually divided up by time spent taking care of, cleaning up after, and bonding with his, her, or their pet or pets. Analytical essays, which are essays that analyze an idea or practice and usually the results that they produce. For example, studies show that apartment complexes that ban pets create a complicated challenge of depression in solitary living and contentment in having a clean and organized environment. Argumentative essays, which are essays that argue for an idea with facts that support that argument. For example, people who own pets should be required to be licensed beforehand to prevent waste in the community and mistreatment and abandonment of their pet. From each of these examples, you can already imagine what each paper is going to be written about if written successfully. A great paper will not include any information that is not included in its thesis. This will make the paper more organized, clear, concise, and important to the reader, and in the end, stronger. These are the sources consulted for this instructional video. If you need any further help in writing, please feel free to visit these sites.
Online assistance is available via the EPCC Writing Center website. You can meet one-on-one with a tutor virtually on Blackboard Collaborate. Audible and written feedback is also available via email submission. Please visit the Writing Center website for more information and operating hours.